Or today is translating the graph of the function of the absolute value, f of x equals the absolute value of x. The absolute value function is a piecewise function given by the following rule. So the function of the absolute value is x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Negative x if x is strictly less than 0. Let's look at 3 points. -3, -2, -1. The absolute value of -3 is going to be +3. We know the absolute value of -2 is going to be +2. The absolute value of -1 is going to be +1. And we know the absolute value of 0 is 0. And likewise, if I look at points 1, 2, and 3, the absolute value of 1 is still going to be 1. The absolute value of 2 is 2. And the absolute value of 3 is 3. Let's see what that looks like if we were to graph these points. All right. So we had 0, 0. We have 1, 1. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Absolute value of 3 is 3. The absolute value of -1 is +1. The absolute value of -2 is positive 2. And likewise, absolute value of 3 is +3. So you're going to get the graph that looks like this. We can translate, or another word is we can move around the graph of f of x equals the absolute value of x by understanding the following function. So now in this case, h moves the graphs left to right. Depending on the sign. And remember, negative, that means you're going to the right, and positive, you're going to the left. And this constant k moves the graph up and down. All right, so let's see how this looks like. All right, let's consider the function g of x equals the absolute value of 5 plus 5. Now the original function, we start at the origin, and like this. In our new function, we start at 5. So this is at 0. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice that these have a slope of 1. So this is the new graph. So this is g of x equals absolute value of x plus 5. And this is compared to the original one, f of x equals the absolute value of x. So all we did was just move up 5 units. All right, let's graph g of x equals the absolute value of x minus 4. Again, the original. But now we're going to shift down 4. So count down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, graph g of x equals absolute value of x minus 2. So the original, again, is here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the right 2. So you're going to go to the right 2 and make a point here. And that's how it differs from the first graph. Just shifts to the right 2. Okay, let's graph g of x equals absolute value of x minus 4 plus 2. So we're going to do 2 things. So this negative, be careful, you have to go to the right, not to the left. You have to go to the right 4, and then we're going to go up 2. So we start here. I'm moving over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going up 1, 2. I'll make my point. And since it has a slope of 1, I'm just going to go like this. So my new function looks like this. So it just shifts over to the right 4 and goes up 2. All right, let's graph g of x equals absolute value of x minus 3 minus 5. So again, I have to move to the right 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since it has a slope of 1, I just count over 1, up 1. All right, this concludes our lesson for today.